Good morning, good morning, good morning. Say good morning.
Good morning, guys.
We are back here by the dog kennel. I actually just filmed a drifting with dreamers or dreaming with drifters. With those guys up there hanging out like a hare and a biscuit with Mike's parents. But now we are back to the what's happening. Mike has got a lot of work in on all of these poles, guys, and it turned out good. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of it. Just a little something. And as you can see, right there, we're about to fence this thing today. We wanted to get on it Friday, but we had a lot going on Friday, and Mike went over there and helped Jen and Wiley on Friday.
Yep.
And I had a fishing trip planned with Simple Life Reclaim and Country Road Cure and the boys. So we didn't get a chance to do it Friday, so I told him, I said, let's get on it Monday. We got a little jig there that is just like the one I was going to build. I was telling Mike about explaining it to him. Oh, Kevin over there at Ulrich's Littlefield actually had one and dropped it off to Mike. So
yeah, I am so happy for that. I just another thing we didn't have to do.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Because it took about 30 minutes to get the wood, cut it, drill, put bolts in, all of that. So definitely save us some time.
And a couple of dollars after buying out of the hardware.
Yeah. We got a little cable come along that we're going to pull this with. And got a strap and stuff like that. There's enough trees in the area, I believe, that we'll be good with being able to tie off this stuff. And yeah, we're going to start pulling this fence. My goal is to get the fence done all the way around, and then Mike's going to start building the gates. He mainly needs me for the fence pulling. He's never pulled a fence before, so he's going to learn a little something today.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited to pull this, being my first fence being pulled.
Yeah.
And I've never operated, a jig for anything other than, woodwork and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cool little project right here, and it's gonna be amazing, guys. I don't know how much y'all showed of this.
Not as much as I would like.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'll show y'all just the corner. It's like,
look at that corner.
But it's all out of cedar, guys. And they're gonna peel this bark off too. As it gets a little older. As it gets older, it almost just falls off.
Yeah.
And then eventually they're gonna come back and stain it and stuff like that. It's gonna look real good. It looks very rustic and stuff. And it's made out of all the trees here that we cleared out for your driveway and your little landing here.
Yep.
So
this is a big thing for us. As we were talking prior, this is the first project on Dreamer's Landing that is from Dreamer's Landing.
Yep.
Is this whole thing, except for obviously the hardware and the wire that's going on this. Every post on this sucker came from the landing. It's cool. Yeah,
that's awesome. And then your little side gates and stuff there, all of that came from the cabin that you took down. So it's going to be all recyclable
every bit
type
of it.
Stuff, which is just cool. It gives it also a lot of character. I think this fence is going to have a ton of character. I told him I'm proud of him on this one. This is a cool little project right here. I like it. It's actually giving me some ideas.
Right.
And
it has taken us a lot longer to do this than originally planned, but that's because we've stopped and started, and I've stopped and went and helped other people do things, and then the driveway things, and then whatever.
And Mother Nature.
And Mother Nature, and just
Mother Nature's a.
But I'm glad it didn't get rushed.
Yeah. Well, no, because then you're going to do it the way that you want to do it. So. And it's gonna, it's a lot of hard work into this. Digging these holes in the mountain and stuff is.
It took me a week just to dig the holes.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot, and I got like 25.4 acres to fence. So. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we're gonna do it in pieces.
For sure.
Very small pieces. I like this look right here, and I am thinking about doing something pretty similar for my raised bed area when I fence it in. It'll look a little different. The corners and stuff will have a little bit different of a design, and the poles that go around will be a little bit different, but very similar. It'll give it that nice rustic kind of cabiny, back in the woods type feel to it.
Right.
And it'll last forever. I mean, there's some good sized cedars right here.
Listen, it's 28 poles in the ground
Yeah.
And that's not included any cross brace or any diagonal brace or anything. It's so many trees.
Yeah.
There's so many trees.
That's good though.
So many logs carried over to this area. And it all was started off by Lissa and I raking the area. We raked it first. And I'm so glad we did. Look at all the grass growing back in and everything. It wouldn't have even had a chance for any of this grass to grow back in if we would have, tilled the land or used Uber or, or any kind of like machinery.
Well, Uber, if you apple on the thing, it actually aerate it, and I believe it would still come back up because it doesn't destroy it. It just aerates it and kind of like fluffs it up or whatever. But with all these stumps back here, it would have been a pain in the butt.
Right.
With the, because of there and there, stuff
Right.
like that. So, yep. I think it's going to turn out amazing once you get the dog pens and stuff built inside here and stuff. It's another step closer.
And one of you awesome subscribers sent us a dog house for both Odin and Halo. So we have 2 dog houses also to build inside the pens, which
Right.
came with a dog mat and a waterproof cover to go over the dog mat to keep them, where we can wash them and keep them in shape and stuff like
Nice.
that. So I'm thinking about putting the dog houses right here.
Yeah, right up front.
Yeah, right up front, right here on the to the right of each side of the gate. There's a nice little square area.
And if y'all want to see that, y'all need to go over there to old DD5, old Drifting Dreamers 5, because I'm not filming none of this today, guys. This right here is all I'm filming for today. I'm giving Mike one full day of just me, just getting it, pulling it, and stuff like that. And they'll be filming it all. And I'm kind of excited about it, where I don't have to worry about no production stuff. I
Yeah.
can just focus on making sure that I get his fence right and kind of show him the ins and outs of pulling a fence and stuff like that. I've pulled quite a few. You can go back on my main channel, cmonhomesteading, and see where I did my goat fence. Down there, it's very similar as far as wire and stuff that I used, and also my chicken coop and run that I built. And I actually did another property right down the road from that homestead that I owned, and I did 2 acres there all the way
That's a
around.
beast.
And that was probably one of my best fences. I grew up pulling fence with my dad and stuff. We always had property and stuff,
Right.
and my dad always fenced off stuff, and we did it all old school. There was post hole diggers and a back. You know what I mean? That's the way we did it.
Yeah.
But in Florida, you could do that. Here, you could, but it's going to take you a minute. Definitely going to take a minute. What else you got going on? We're not going to stay on here long today. We got to get to work.
After this today will be should if it's not the last day, it'll for sure only be another half a day finishing like the gates and stuff
the
like
gates.
that. But after this project is finished, we will be building raised beds as well. I'm getting ready to make I'm actually going to be doing the little thing you showed me with the buckets.
I think I'm going to do that this year instead of, because I don't think I'm going to get I don't want to rush my garden area. I have a certain vision in my head
Right.
that I want. I want it to be like a destination spot for me where I really enjoy being out there, and
Right.
it's just like a little zen spot for me. That way I want to spend time out there and maintain it and all that other stuff. And I got a certain look and a certain style that I'm wanting to do.
Right.
And I'm wanting to do that greenhouse and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do the little bucket thing I showed you as well, just to get something for this season.
Right.
And then maybe by fall, I can have it about where I need, where I can actually do a little fall crop in there. Because honestly, the greenhouse, you need it for the winter.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So we'll see.
I am going to put a little twist on it. I'm actually going to try to use some of the already down logs that I have and try to use them out of logs instead of using 2x.
Yeah.
Although I'm going to have plenty of 2x left over from the last batch. So
Yeah.
I might have enough. We'll see.
Yeah, never know. I'm gonna do like I always do. I'm gonna burn it.
Come on.
I'm gonna burn it. It'll go good. Now I might stain it. It depends on what material I use for it. I'm thinking I'm just gonna use kind of like what the picture is. I want to paint the buckets. I want to get creative with the buckets there. I want to kind of paint them and put designs on them and stuff like that. But I think it'd be cool. I'm not going to show y'all the picture on here yet of it, but it's a pretty cool little design.
Yeah.
And I think I build me 2 of those, and I can grow plenty of vegetables for me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't need a big garden right now, so because I can't even get these guys to eat enough eggs, so I'm not gonna, you know, grow a bunch of vegetables and stuff, because
Especially a bunch of vegetables that I don't eat.
yeah, he's not gonna eat them, and Alyssa's the only one that really eats the vegetables. So, yeah, it don't take many buckets to produce that much. Whatever Alyssa's growing, I'll grow the opposite, and we got a whole garden.
True.
Yeah. Speaking of Alyssa, hey,
Hey,
she's over here peeling right now. Look at her peeling. I just want to peel it.
it's a slow process.
Are you excited?
I am so excited. I'm ready to move on to another project.
Oh yeah. But there will definitely be a lot of pride in this one.
Yeah.
A lot of work in this. It's custom made. There ain't another one like it. You know what I mean? That's what I love. That's what I love about creating out here, is whenever I just do it out of my head and stuff like that, there's no other one like it.
Look at the size of this nail. Hold on.
Oh, now that's
Yeah.
a nail.
That's a 10-inch nail. They call it a 10-inch spike. And man, and this is in every single one of the larger posts,
Yeah.
and in even the smaller ones. If it doesn't have one of these, I had this big 6-inch lag bolt that's in every single one of them.
Yeah, guys. It's sturdy. It doesn't even wiggle.
Yeah.
I mean, the boy, I think I scared him enough with talking about the corners and stuff. That boy mounted this one.
Well, you kept telling me how important it was to make sure all the corner posts were.
It is,
were
because if
strong
not,
and
you'll
sturdy.
end up getting sag and stuff, and it also limits how tight you can pull that fence. And the tighter you can get that fence, the better your fence is.
Right.
You know, and the better it'll look, because you're gonna have dogs climbing on it and stuff like that, or kids, you know, going to look at the dogs and standing on the bottom one and
Right.
stuff like that. It's just habit. So the stronger and tighter you can get it, the better. And I think this will be here forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Whenever we are finished with it at being a dog pen, because eventually, you know, our dog pen will be on the other side of the yard once our house is built. This will be another pen for maybe a pig or a goat or a different animal,
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
maybe you'll
This-
get a giraffe or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, giraffe. Yeah. This right here would be perfect for goats.
Right.
I mean, a couple of goats, not many. You know what I mean? Especially like whenever they have their babies and stuff, to be able to separate them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, I mean, you can get your two little female goats and then a male goat and separate them, and then let him in whenever he needs to be in. So yeah, there's a lot of applications this could be used for sure. I like it. I'm excited about it. I haven't pulled fence in a minute, so
I think Michael did a good job.
yeah.
This is all Michael.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it. I've told him a couple of times I'm proud of him on this one, and I've been hands off. I mean, I've been nothing but like an advisor,
Right.
answering questions for him or whatever. He's wanted to take this one on himself and just to really kind of own this one.
And I started with one look and one style notching post, and then I quickly just went away from it because the amount of time it took
Yep.
just to notch them, and then it started not to look symmetrical and stuff
Yep.
like that, and I was like, okay, stop.
Yep.
There's got to be a different way.
Yeah, and now you got that back corner back there looking amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, it's going to turn out good. I'm only stepping in to help him pull the wire, because that's really a two-man job. You know, you can do it by yourself, but it's a pain in the rump shaker. Boy, let me tell you.
I definitely don't want to attempt to do it by myself when I've never done it before. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's some things I'll
Well,
take
there's
on
no
charge,
point in
but-
doing all this hard work and then making it look like booyaka
Right.
with the fence at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, on that note, guys, we're going to get to work, and I hope that y'all are working on your goals, guys, and I hope that y'all have done something nice for somebody over the weekend and had a good time too while you at it. Come on, but we got to get our butts to work. So, until we see each other again, come on, keep it real.